see the milk next.
Hail, traveler.
Well, hello. Can I have that porridge now? I could use some reliable help. Do you know of anyone looking for work? Oh, well, I wouldn't say I can speak from experience, but we do have certain sorts coming while looking for work from time to time. If you want to hire someone on, I would be happy to send them your way. Okay, so this is the hiring option. The milk. What does the milk do? Milk gives you +6 max endurance for 10 seconds and 1 constitution for 150 seconds. What does the grain do? Max endurance. Interesting. So foods actually have an effect, which is quite nice. Let's drop that.
What is it?
Oh, that is stealing. Nope. Let's do a save here before I kill anyone. Or, I mean, get killed. Carouser. Shane shakes Mulrian. Nice. Hello. Incast. Oh, this one is not stealing. 10 years, Dawn. I'll steal your literature.
Where there's a pick, there's a way.
Oh, duelist hat. Oh, compare. Padded armor. And rapier. Yoink. I think I need a swanky hat for my dwarf. Perfect. Perfect. You can unlock things to get XP without stealing. Oh, that's good to know. Nice. Fashionable dwarf. So
yes,
I can just pick this thing.
I'll see it done.
Ring of minor deflection. Ooh. Scroll of tangle food. Food, not food. Turquoise.
Yes.
Can we sneak in
I'll
here?
see what I can find.
You don't see us. The sound stares intently at the covered window, head cocked, as if waiting to hear a particular sound. It looks up when you approach and whines low note, tail wagging slightly. I could use a good dog. Here, girl. Dog's ears perk up. It trots over to you and barks happily. What? Did we get a dog? Has gained an item, Black Hound. Ooh! Doggy! This small dog has a glossy black coat and affable disposition. She trots along at your heels, gazing up devotedly whenever you come to a stop. Nice! I have a doggy. Yeah, we'll try that net. What does the doggy do? Oh, is this a... Oh, pet slot. Does the dog go here? Oh, the doggy goes there. Do you have a dog now? Oh, yes. We have a doggy. Nice. Best game ever. Let's try that.
Well?
Yoink. Hey, get out of here.
Well?
Okay. We're out. Dum 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 dum. I'm out. Well, thanks. No pre-order pick item for you? No, I bought the game after. after release. Well, I stole a ring. You have a blue piggy? Nice. Minor ring of deflection. Nice. Now I'm even more epic dwarf with a ring.
What is it?
Let's go. Damn pimp dwarf with your
As you
pimp hat
wish.
and a doki and gold jewelry. Is there anything else in here? Not really. Let's go. Best hat in the game. Have you ever been to Defiant Bay? I have no idea. Oh, what is this? Pilgrim's Crown. I guess there's a reason to loot those. For some reason. Berat spell. For potion crafting or something later on. Where are we going? We should go to the... Let's go check the smith. Actually, let's go check the tree first. It is pretty fancy. Pit Vipers. Most fashionable dwarf in the land. Whoa. Well, hello, dude. Hey there.
What is it?
Oh, you can... Caldara de Beranzi. The squat distended body of an elderly dwarf woman dangles from a thin crude bow that sags the tug of her nose. The blooded purple flesh of her neck, worn away in patches like moth-eaten linen, bulges over the rope that suspends her, and her lifeless head lolls forward rigidly from one side to another when the breeze shifts. You perceive a faint glow around her that casts no light to its surroundings. There is a tepid warmth to it, and you feel somewhat that you could reach out and touch it, not with your hands, but with some aspect of yourself that has no worldly dimension. Reach out for the woman. You take a deep breath, clearing your mind, focusing on your objective. As you exhale, you feel yourself spreading out toward the hanging woman, perceiving all that lies between you and her new, unfamiliar awareness. Once you have expanded enough to reach her, there is a sudden jolt to your mind, a ringing electrical surge of images and words and sounds. Involuntarily, you shut your eyes, and you feel yourself being pulled down to some deeper consciousness in a space occupied only by you and the hanging woman. And when you open them again, she's staring at you with eyes clouded in milky fog, her body still swaying in the wind. You no longer feel from the tree that stands planted in the misty void. The woman gives a slow nod of her head, the rope creaking as she does so, and she smiles at you. Ugh.
Have you come here for me, dear? Or have you gotten lost? Ah, it is both, I think. Yes?
Am I imagining this?
No, I think not. A pity that. It would be simpler. A mercy, even. To not have to wander anymore, no?
How are you able
Alas,
to...
we
Oh.
are here, you
Shut up.
and I. Wherever here may be.
How are you able to speak to me?
Is that what we're doing? Perhaps it just seems that way. Perhaps it is the easiest way for your mind to make sense of it. I think it is a very good choice.
I need to understand something that's happened to me. She nods, a look of pity on her face, as though consoling a child.
The world looks a little different than it used to, is that it? Feels like you're noticing things for the first time that have always been there. You have seen past the shroud. It only takes an instant. Your soul remembers, yes? remembers how it sees when it leaves the body, like being reminded of a dream you had forgotten. You are a watcher now, and a watcher you will stay.
I think I'm just tripping balls. Yeah, to be honest. I think that cold porridge was not good for me.
What indeed? Long hours have many animancers spent studying such things. Not I, though. Not I. I'll tell you what I know, though, since fair is fair. And here we are, visiting, you and I, and it reminds me of better times. Souls pass on. Some say through Audra stones, which are the blood veins of the world. They leave the world for a time and are reborn into it, sometimes more than they were before, but usually less and seldom the same. For all souls there is a time where they do not live, yet have not passed on, and those souls roam the world, same as you or I, either leaving or lost. But no one sees them because they have forgotten how. A watcher sees, though, knows what to look for. And sometimes they know a person just by looking at them, know where they've been in ages past when their bodies were other bodies. See memories even their owner can't recall. A wonder to behold when all goes well, a wonder!
What did you mean when all goes well?
Oh, nothing to be afraid of, I'm sure. It's just much to take in for some. Sometimes there's trouble sleeping or other difficulties.
She smiles at you reassuringly, fanning out a tuft of long whiskers that sprout from one of her cheeks.
You should see old Merwald. He could tell you much more than I. A watcher just like you. Helped many in his day. Took up in an old keep no one would claim. Not far, not far. Kadnua, beyond the Black Meadow. He will welcome the company.
I think I survived Biavak. Do you know why that would be?
Did you now, dear? My, that would be something, wouldn't it? Could be luck, could certainly be. A storm can be a careless thing. Or maybe it got its hands around your soul but couldn't pick it up. A soul can be heavy if it stayed in one piece through its time. Strong souls, we call them in the trade. Cold, I mean. Called them. Those days are all behind me now.
I think she's just calling me fat, to be honest. Yeah, this heavy, strong soul of yours. You said souls break apart over time.
Oh, yes. Entropy. Rimagan's work. We know little of why or how. We lose pieces of ourselves when we die and pick up pieces of others when we are born again, but less than what we lost. We tried to stop it with the animantic sciences, but with little success. No. A very small few resist Rimergan's influence and stay together through some force of defiance, at least for a time. But they all succumb eventually, I think.
Strongbone, condensed dwarf. Yeah, exactly. I want to know something about you.
Me? I'll bore you to tears, though.
Who are you?
And here I thought you'd come to visit me in particular. Caldara de Baranzi, of the Valian Royal Academy of Animantic Sciences. Not the greatest of their number, but I came here all the same because this was where help was needed.
Old dead dwarf lady calling your soul fat, time to eat up the corpse. Exactly, bit press. What happened to you? She laughs, rasping, choked cackle escaping between rows of buttery yellow teeth, causing her body to pop up and down with each spasm. Seeing your blank expression, she catches herself.
Oh, come now. Such a question. As though the answer were plain as a rope tied for strangling. Allow an old dwarf her last
Does
bit
your
of
soul
cheer.
even live? No.
Well, I came where I was needed, didn't I? Offered my services to Lord Radric for a pittance. A humble pittance. I was to examine the Lord's wife, see why the gods have seen fit to poison her womb. Studied her for months, looked high and low for impurities, tested her valence, the permeability of her essence. Do you know what I found?
Tell me.
Nothing at all. A healthy woman, head to toe, blessed with a beautiful soul. Such a sweet woman, too. Meek, but warm-hearted. A few months' time, and the lord of the house demanded answers. For a time, I told him what he wanted to hear. Oh, yes, my lord. She is riddled with imbalances. I must have time to cure her. As the birth drew near, he grew impatient, as lords do. And this is where I've ended up.
Tough luck. What is an animancer?
A student of the soul. Something so basic, yet so poorly understood. But so many breakthroughs have been made in my lifetime. Had been made. Had been. To hear the locals tell it, we're a gang of soul manglers that preys upon the weak-minded. And the worst of us are...
One of those curvy tin souls? Yeah, close.
But the best of us? The best? Inspirations. Miracle workers. My parents were soul twins. Miserable before they met, empty inside. It was an animancer who helped one find the other. Turned their lives around. You wouldn't believe the stories. Amnesiacs helped to remember their lives. The suicidal brought back from the brink of oblivion. The elderly afforded extra moments to say their goodbyes. How soon we forget when we're afraid.
They're basically magical psychiatrists for the couples.
It's a fascinating science. A fascinating time to be alive in a place like Deerwood that does not control the research, no? I love the Valian Republics for many things, but their recent caution will leave them behind, I fear.
I had other questions. Farewell.
Of course. Goodbye, my dear. It was lovely visiting.
Caldera closes her eyes and her head slumps forward over the news, and your surroundings seem to bleed into your vision from some unknown place of waiting. Alot looks at you through narrowed eyes. Are you alright? You seemed lost just now. I'm a watcher. I know Kung Fu now. His arched eyebrows recede in his hood. Well, that is interesting. He gives you a sly grin, and I expect that explains how you survived a bivouac, In any case, I appreciate your honesty. Since we are traveling together, it's probably wise for us to share these things. Do you know anything about Watchers? Only that they are rare and they seem to have unique insights into certain soul conditions he caused, as you just demonstrated. Let's continue on. It's basically a cult formed by Jesus' reincarnations. Soul archaeology? Digging for those lost parts. Hey you.
Sip.
Smell of pipe smoke, at once earthly and sweet, winds its way into your nostrils. Your eyes trace the smoke to its origin, where you find a broad man with a straw-colored hair leaning against the mossy rock wall, his pipe held to his lips with one meaty hand. He looks you directly in the eye, but the look is not aggressive. He regards you with a peculiar smirk.
17 and a half. Well, could be 18, depending on how you count the dwarf woman.
I'm sorry?
The dwarf woman. You were trying to figure out whether to count her as a full person. I think you oughta.
What are you talking about?
The people hanging from the tree. 18 of them. Well, last I counted, anyway.
Too much fast food on the soul? Yeah. A lot of thrones. Is that what you people do for fun around here?
Name's Adair. Though to the people around here, might as well be 19. Don't think I'd put you much higher than 22, 23 tops. You look like the sort that likes to get involved.
What makes you think I was interested in the dwarf woman? He looks at you a moment, his brow arch, his smirk broadens.
I was smoking over here, saw you staring at her. Twice I refilled my pipe. You never so much as blinked. Your mouth was so slack I took you for a Radric at first.
Nice. Impossible, I didn't drool half as much. Ha, so you're already familiar. Still, you'll have to forgive him my curiosity. Around here, we prefer the term blind down to our dead. Do you know what a watcher is?
Careful, friend. Let's not use that word round here. Could be any number of Radric bootlickers within earshot. Ciphers, animancers, watchers. Same thing in the eyes of folks around here, Radric especially.
Well,
They come through these parts all the time with their cures, preying on the desperate.
Ciphers, animators, watchers. I'm at least 2 of those already, and probably partially the animator as well. I think I'm not really liked around here.
Of course, seeing you with that funny look, I'd be halfway inclined to believe you were having some kind of
Pling,
communion
Belladam.
with that dwarf.
Pling. I've been plinking.
Either case, maybe I'm not 19 after all. No offense.
Don't be so sure. None taken. Good, they don't mean it's it personal when they hang folks here. I have to remind myself. Yeah, it's just a hobby they do. To pass time, hang random people.
The town's had it in for me for a long time now. Only fellow who ever
Could be a
stuck up for
Viking.
me, well,
Yeah.
he's number 18 up there. My headman on the farm. Used to be my captain during the war.
You're going to hang from the tree twice. Nice. So I'll be the 19 and 20. The war. Saints War. Only one in my lifetime. Fella decided that he's the living incarnation of Eothas. Overthrows Riadaseras, marches to Durwood. So we gave him a Durwood and hello. Nice. What's a Durwood and hello?
We blew him up.
He smiles at this, but it's a smile one recounting a joke for effect rather than enjoyment. Nice. I like this guy. Who is Eothas? God of Rebirth and Redemption, formerly anyhow. Maybe they call him something different where you are from. I had other questions. I got time. Why was your headman hanged? Got involved? Frederick sent men down here the other day. Said they had it on good authority. Someone in town was working with Kolsk, plotting Roderick's overthrow. Said if he didn't come forward right then and there, they would hang every last one of us. No one was coming forward, so Swithin, that's my headman, steps up and says it's him. They took him at his word. He sighs and shakes his head, his eyes fixed on the tree. Bound to happen sooner or later, if not for plotting against Redrick, then for protecting me. What does your town have against you?
Pick the wrong god. That's what it comes down to. Used to be a lot of Aethys worshippers in Gilded Vale. That mess of rocks over there, that was a temple to him, to give you some idea.
This guy sounds like a paladin almost.
Then one day, somebody named Widewind shows up on Deerwood's doorstep. Says he's the living flesh of Aethys. Got an army with him. Suddenly, Aethys isn't so popular in these parts. My brother Woden and me, neither of us believed it. No way was that Aethys. He enlisted, then I did too. But, he didn't make it back.
Ooh, that is nice net.
After the war, people took to punishing Aethys worshippers, accusing them of treason. Got real ugly, especially after the Legacy started. Folks needed someone to blame. I was safe because I fought, but then this rumor starts that my brother, that he was on the wrong side. And I wasn't so safe anymore. Until my headman stepped in and said they'd have to hang him to get to me. Seems that's no longer a concern. Of course, the townies don't do the hanging these days, but when Raedric's men come, they got no problem doing the pointing.
Alot glances at you and lowers his voice. You can see why I was eager to leave. It is a bit, Raymond. I'll do a bit more first, though. Actually, can my wife make me some tea? Do we have milk still? If you have milk, I'll take some Earl Grey. If not, something else. Who's Kolsk? Someone who got tired of all the hangings. He's on the run now. Probably will be till they catch him. If you're next to be hanged, what are you still doing here? He gives a half smile, drinking mostly. Point of fact, I'm on my way out. Just haven't figured where I'm going yet. Not a lot of, whole lot of places out there that don't think Waiden's legacy started with Waidwen. We could travel together. Where are you headed? Some place called Caed Nua. There's an old watcher there who might be able to help me.
Seem to remember hearing something about that years ago. He tamed that place. People would seek him out for all kinds of things. Troubles of the soul, questions for the departed. Of course, that was back when you didn't have to say watcher with a hush on your breath.
You drink tea with milk? Only Earl Grey, Klaus. I like my Earl Grey tea with some milk and sugar. But all the other teas I drink just a tea. No milk in those. You'd never be able to pay my sub time with in-game gold. I'm the moron that keeps paying for random noobs mount training. Mental note. Beef Pit's friend in games.
A man such as that, there'd be things I'd want to ask him. Don't know why I never thought of it before.
I'm the guy, Pita, who stays up till 10 in the morning just to grind the money to buy the mount myself.
Not sure how I feel about setting out with a stranger, and a strange one at that. But truth be told, you might be the only one in town who wouldn't feel some relief seeing me swing from that tree.
That's one reason, if I've ever heard one.
Alright then. Guess I'll do some sightseeing. Long as you're not the one picking the sights.
Well, as it would be, I am the one picking the sights, so tough luck. Fragments of the Scattered Faith. They had an accurate travel with me. He seemed to have questions he thought a watcher might be able to answer. Hey Sierra. Basic finished tea? Yeah. Yeah, I really like it with milk and sugar or honey. Klaus. Square Enix is streaming a square room with someone lying in the corner as a new game teaser. Can't kill progress is the channel.